Hello, hello. This is Following Through Podcast, Joanne, episode 15. I am here with Sujun. How are you
Hello,
doing?
Joanne. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a while, and I've been just chugging along and realizing that oh my gosh, it's the end of the year very soon.
Yeah, holiday season's coming up, Thanksgiving, which I hear is going to be one of the busiest in a while. So, good luck
Oh,
traveling. I won't be, thank God.
wow.
Do you
Yes,
have
I
any
will not be.
holiday plans?
I Yes, to a certain extent, yes, but I'm not traveling either. Although we were going to travel and just decided not to for a couple of reasons. One being um, COVID is not completely out of the waters yet, and also we have things to just do at home. For example, I bought two ducks, so one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. So we all set
You said you bought two ducks?
ducks to cook. Yeah.
Oh! I don't know. I was thinking pet duck, and I was like, oh, you got a pet?
Oh
No, you're
no
eating it.
no,
Harsh.
I'm eating it. It's already frozen.
Oh gosh, okay. Nice. That sounds amazing, actually. Really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that meat is really rich,
Mm-hmm.
and for two people, it's the right size.
Nice. And for those listeners who do listen regularly, sorry guys, we've been gone for like a month. Okay, actually a little over a month, and a lot of it
But a
was,
lot has happened,
yeah, a lot has
right?
happened, yeah. I moved to Seattle finally, and so that just really crushed everything. I think that was just like a good excuse for all of us to just slack off. And yeah, so I'm here finally, settled in. Um, yeah, but yeah, it's nice to be back. And yeah, do you want to
How
update?
was the move?
It was good. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Again, when I was in LA, I didn't really unpack anyway, so it was just like putting the same boxes back into my car. So in that sense, it was easy. And yeah, I mean, Seattle's beautiful. Man, it's, there definitely is something about knowing what feels right and what doesn't, and sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
can't verbalize it. But yeah, when I got here, I mean, and still, till this day, I'm just like, all right, this is the right place. It's the right people, it's the right culture, it's the right nature. Like I absolutely love the Scandinavian influence here that people don't really think about, and people are just so polite, and nature's just everywhere. Um, and honestly, the gloominess that people keep on talking about, it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is nothing. Like I lived in New York, New England gloominess, I think can be harsher actually. Um, like
Interesting.
yeah, the weather here varies a lot, and that's what it is. It does rain frequently, but it also has a lot of sun frequently as well. Like it just fluctuates throughout the day. Whereas New England weather, once you're kind of in the fall season or it rains, like that's that
Mm-hmm.
season for the next few days. Like it lasts a long time, or like it'll rain all day, for instance, or it'll be gloomy for the
Mm.
next few days. So I think that's the difference. So yeah, I really do. And plus, everyone here, it's kind of funny. Like when it rains, because it's gonna stop within an hour or two, no one wears an umbrella, like, or carries an umbrella around. Um, and half the argument is like the rain is clean because it rains constantly, so you don't have to worry about like sulfurized rain or water coming down. Um, and then yeah, people just wear raincoats and they just walk in the rain, which is kind of funny. So anybody visiting are usually the ones with an umbrella. So don't
Oh
do
wow.
that. Yeah, just like in New York, anybody visiting has that I love New York shirt. Don't do it.
Wow, didn't really know that. That it stops shortly after it starts. Sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's great. Come visit. Um,
Wow, I would love to go visit.
but yes, yeah. Tell us about your accomplishments or goals, Sujin.
Yeah. I guess the goals that I have, looking back in the last few weeks, as in since we started this podcast, I have set myself to start reading one chapter at a time of a number of books that I've been wanting to read. And happy to report that I finally finished History of Rome as well. And really happy about that. And also continue to think back to my earlier goal. Um, if you recall, one of the books I wanted to read was Henry Ford's autobiography. And I keep going back to a lot of the thoughts that he had put in the book. And fitness is always something that it's always on my mind. I keep having to hack my way through and get myself to do some more. And just thinking back about how the podcast, the accountability that I have to be subjected to for the podcast really helps me frame my goals as I go along my life. And just to think about, Joanne, every week I have to come back to you to say if I have done it or not. just
Right.
the thought of it is really helping me moving along and try to achieve my goals. And I will continue to try to find books to read every now and then, and do it one chapter at a time. And another thing that I wanted to do going forward is really figuring out how to get myself to go to sleep earlier every day. Probably don't need to belabor the point. Sleep is essential to our well-being, and I am a night owl, but the thing is, as much as I stay up at night, I still need to get up at the same time in the morning as everyone else to start logging onto the computer today while we are working remotely until we go back to office, right? So
Hmm.
it's a
Yeah.
challenge if you sleep late and having to wake up early. And sometimes I have really early meetings, so you have to wake up before that to get ready. Just the amount of sleep just gets reduced to just bare minimum, or sometimes really not enough. And I definitely feel like I am less productive, less sharp, make more mistakes when I don't sleep well or don't sleep enough. So to solve that is very easy. You just go to bed earlier, but somehow the easy thing is really hard to achieve. So Joanne, I don't know. Can you give me any tips or advice on how to do that? I feel like I've tried many different things and I have put my set my alarm at 10:30 to go to bed, and I'm still it's just I don't know what happened.
I mean, you're asking the wrong person because honestly, when my move first started, I was so diligent. I got excited, woke up so early to look at neighborhoods because I'm also looking for a house and stuff. So that was my motivation. And then slowly, I mean, I took a month off from work, so I'm just kind of chilling, which, when you're a kid and your parents don't tell you to sleep or clean your place, it just
Mm.
all goes to crap. So I literally have been sleeping at like 3 a.m., watching TV or
Wow.
playing games at night, and waking up at like now, which is like noon or 1. It's bad. So, I mean, I understand. Like something about being up late at night is, I think throughout the day brings out a different side of people. So for me, if I am driven and I have goals to accomplish and there's
Mm-hmm.
I guess I need to achieve something, waking up early gets me going. But then
Mm.
if there's more of a I don't know, you just want to be self-reflective and emo and just chill and I don't know, maybe reflect on life or whatever. Like late night, I feel like brings out a more retrospective or introspective perspective, which in the
Mm.
morning you're more on the go and just kind of finishing tasks and accomplishing things. And then later on, it's just like, you know what? This is kind of a nice. It's like a moment where when it's raining, you just have that hot cup of like hot chocolate and a
Mm.
blanket, and that
Yeah.
that feeling is what I like at night. And if you sleep, then that means it's over.
Yeah. That's
So,
a really good point. Yeah, I always thought that in in the wee hours, right? Between like midnight to 2 a.m. That's
Yeah.
when it feels like everyone else has gone to sleep.
Right.
Not really, but that's
Like
how
it feels
feels.
special. Like it's just
Yeah.
you and
Oh
yourself.
my gosh. You're my soulmate, Joanne.
Yeah. You know, like I think everyone has that moment of like it's just me and like if you have some music on and just whatever you're working on, it feels like a special time, which
Yeah.
it may be honestly a reflection of I mean, I have no excuse. Like, you know, for people who are busier and who have families and kids or whatever, like that's their moment. I mean, for me it's like no, but you know, maybe that's why it's hard to sleep early. But
Yeah.
But yes, it is healthier to sleep early, so for our own health, we should be sleeping early.
Yeah, I just assume that, I mean, of course, you read popular news. There's what's her name? The HuffPost lady.
Who?
Huffington Post lady.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, you see a lot of famous people or knowledgeable people telling us that sleep is very important. It's true.
It is so true.
You need time to regenerate, and I do feel that too, as I mentioned. When I don't sleep enough, I make mistakes, and my brain seems to struggle to think on my feet.
Yeah, I
Why do
definitely
I
feel
do that
that.
to myself?
Yeah, you're right. It definitely, you pay it the next day. You're just like, oh.
Right.
My mom
Yeah.
always still tells me, sleep early, you know, you're not gonna grow. I'm just like, Mom, you didn't realize I'm not growing anymore. I'm in my 30s, I'm done growing.
No, we need to preserve the whatever we have.
Yeah, that is true. We're at the preservation stage. You're right. But yeah, what a great goal. Uh,
Not sure if I
yeah.
can achieve it though. Like, what process do I set up? Remember you talked about process when
That's a
you
good
talked
idea.
about atomic, what was it, Atomic Habit, the book? What do I
Yeah.
need to put? Yeah, what's a good thing, a good way to put in place to make it go to sleep? Or just lie down. Just lie down.
I just lay down. You know, that's a good one.
Yeah, I set my alarm at 10:30 and it goes on and I'm like, haha.
It is funny. I think when reflecting back on the days that I have been more diligent
Yeah.
about my schedule,
Yeah, yeah.
it usually is forced. It's usually like work or like an appointment that morning. So sometimes when I make an appointment, I do it intentionally early. I'm trying to reset my schedule. But I don't know, to be honest, ever in my life where I have voluntarily woke up like earlier to get my schedule on track.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, it's like, it
Really,
has,
we are enabling each other.
I know, we are enabling each other. We're like, this is not achievable, just give up, this is just part of you. I mean, I'm sure working from home is kind of like that too. Like, it's harder to, like, no one's
yeah.
like, you know,
Oh.
keeping.
Yes.
So, like, I wonder, yeah, maybe, I wonder for me if I need to have something scheduled in the morning, like something forced, like a yoga class or something.
Hmm. I see.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe make something, schedule something that I cannot just wiggle myself out in the morning.
Like something,
That
someone's accountable as well. Like someone's
someone
depending on you
accountable
to
as
show
well.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let me think about it. Yeah, that would be my goal.
Just find some system. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what works.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I try.
Fair enough. You know, I definitely need to not sleep at 3. That's a little extreme. Like, I think midnight or 1 is like, all right. 3 or 4 a.m. is just ridiculous. Like,
I know, that's
stop
the next
this.
morning already.
Yeah.
Some people start working at 3, okay? Like the restaurateurs or people who are, I know these people on the radio. I listen to, actually I listen to Big Bay Morning, which is in Bay Area,
Mm.
they complain all the time that they have to wake up at 3 a.m. to get to work at 4.
Oh my gosh. That sounds
Yeah,
painful.
that is that's impossible.
That is impossible. Yeah, good goals. I like it. It's a nice reminder to work on it as well. Um, my goals, I don't know. Uh, yeah, I mean, I guess sleeping early definitely can be part of it. I mean, my workout routine, I mean, ever since a move, like anytime there's like this big transition, it's just like,
Ah,
it's such a
yes.
good excuse to um, give up on your regular things that you've been trying to work on, like working out. Like I
Yeah.
used to be so much better at it. So that's kind of fell through the cracks. You know, it's just, um, yeah, I'm giving myself the
An easy
excuse of,
excuse.
yeah, it's an easy excuse. Like really, I have all the time in the world to be the most diligent and the most healthiest person right now. Yet I'm like, oh, but I just moved and I'm still unpacking, which I'm not. You know, I'm still looking for a house, which, you know, that's not going to change. It's not like it takes up all my day. So, yeah, using that as an excuse, I need to stop that. You know, I need to stop letting myself be a slob.
Well, first of all, you're not a slob. I know that for sure. But
You don't
yeah,
know how
we
my house
do.
looks like right now.
But it's true that why do we not show up for ourselves? Like if we make an appointment with someone else, we would show up,
Yeah,
right? But if we
yeah.
make an appointment with ourselves, we don't.
We're
Why?
so forgiving to ourselves in the wrong things, in the wrong ways. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, you're right. Like I don't know why it's so much easier to just let go of certain habits. Um, I mean, I guess
Man,
yeah.
the unraveling, I can relate. Once you have one thing that is like maybe a big event in your life that kind of sets off that destabilize the whole routine that you have built up.
Right.
That's me. It sounds like what you have experienced.
I wonder if it's one of those things where, you know, like for, not that this is a good comparison, but, you know, people who are addicted to substances, you know, you often
Mm.
hear that they have, like, once they've overcome it, it's like any ounce of alcohol is just bad. Like, they don't even tempt themselves,
Oh,
you know? Like, for them, it's just like a hard,
yeah,
like, no.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
just learn to create that strong boundary. And I feel like I definitely don't have that. Like I still let myself, you know, taste a little bit of that slack off a little bit or like, you know, like it's because there's some indulgence in it. I still let myself
yeah,
like sleep late or whatever or just, you know, not work out that day because I want to just chill. So like, you know, unlike someone who is addicted to something and they're doing the right things by knowing themselves and knowing their boundaries, like I'm definitely
mm.
just like, yeah, what boundaries? Like, this is not a bad thing that much, but it definitely, you know, is not productive.
Yeah, what you brought up is a good point. It's a really good perspective to have. Like if someone tells me that they have overcome their alcoholism and they don't want to have an ounce of alcohol in their life now to set a boundary. I understand that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but we
Let me
let
think about how to.
ourselves, yeah, but, you
Yeah.
know, it's, and, you know, it's also, like, maybe one of those things, because, like, if we're going with, you know, alcoholism analogy, a lot of people, you know, relapse and they go back at it and they relapse and it happens
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over again until something, maybe for some
Mm.
people there is that moment of like, aha, you know, or a big moment or something really bad happened and they're just like, you know what, it's just not worth it. And so
Mm.
it may be that our consequences for just slacking off really isn't that detrimental enough for us to be like, I really shouldn't be doing this. You know?
That
Because
is a
like,
great point.
because we, you know, it hasn't really brought some bad outcome. I mean, mainly like, you know,
Yet.
small, right, yeah. Maybe it's these gradual small things that are just like eating away in our lives that we just can't feel it, and that's why there's no like aha moment. But
That's a really good point. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, it's like, because we still are able to like wake up early if we need to, if we have an appointment or if we
It's
have work.
painful.
It's painful. We pay for it, but it's not painful enough for us to change
Mm.
that habit, you know? It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
think you're onto something.
yeah, you know? So maybe we shouldn't feel bad about our slacking off. I mean, clearly it's functional, right? Uh, this is going the opposite way. Sorry, this is like a little bit more motivation to not change your habits. So,
Which is life, but I like how you frame it. And probably I feel like I'll need more time to think about this, but ask what we are giving up by staying up late.
right. You know, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
okay.
a lot.
What are you giving up by staying up late on a weekend, on your off day?
Oh, on my off day, it's fine because I catch up my sleep in the morning. That's not a problem. But it's during the weekday.
I see.
If I stay up really late, and for the next 4 days, if like the
Yeah.
whole week,
I will
I
say,
accumulate this sleep deficit. Yeah.
yes, I definitely will say, when I'm working
Uh-huh.
and when I sleep late, and that day is horrible.
It's
um,
horrible.
Yeah, that has actually motivated me to sleep early. I
Oh
will
my
say that.
gosh, yeah.
That is painful enough for me to have
Yeah.
changed my habit, because
Yeah.
it just affects everything. I mean, from like my work,
Yeah.
ethic, to just emotionally feeling like painful throughout the day, to like my interactions with my colleagues also, like their perspectives on me also, I imagine changes when I'm like
Yeah.
not doing anything. So that,
Yeah.
there is kind of like that accountability aspect to it, because like people are depending on me to be a certain functional level, and when I'm just like half ass, it's bad.
Right.
So there's my motivation. That has changed my habits.
Mm.
But like you're saying, on the weekends and like when I'm not working, yeah,
Yeah.
nothing is motivating me right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
A lot to think about. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But I
great.
imagine with remote work, it's a little different. It's
Oh my gosh.
it's
Yes.
you don't have that in-person feedback. So
I mean, I feel it too, right? It's harder to concentrate, and then it's just painful to get through the day.
yeah,
Get tired and have to think, and especially when I have big presentation, when I have to like perform. I know it's bad. I just keep punishing myself. I gotta ask myself that. Do you really want to suffer every day?
right, right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we'll definitely work on that. It's a good goal.
Mhm.
I'll just tag onto your goals, and thanks for bringing up that topic. It's a
Mm.
good reminder,
Important.
honestly. Yeah, it's very important. So yeah, I mean, I think instead of our random question of the day, why don't we talk about what we think about the podcast and what we're hoping to, like maybe wrap up and think about different formats.
Mhm.
So Susan,
Yeah.
let us or lead us into this conversation.
I will attempt to then. I think that as I do a lot of reflection on the podcast that we have done, definitely help us, both of us, achieve a lot of things that we wanted to achieve, and especially at this time, it's a great time to take a pause and think about what we want to do in 2022. Can you believe it?
Whoa.
And
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's already a new year coming up.
Yeah, I think it would be great if we can pause and take a
Yeah.
deeper consideration of what do we want to achieve in the new year,
Right.
and break it down, and that will dictate what we will share with each other and everyone else on the podcast.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And you had brought up the idea first, and I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea to uh, not feel stuck on an obligation, but to make sure we can still reinvent ourselves and reinvent our podcast and make it more
Mm-hmm.
dynamic. And I think these pauses are good. And like we are saying, like, potentially making more of like a mini series,
Mm-hmm.
and come back with season 2 with fresh ideas and maybe more pre-planned. If the good thing about miniseries, which I prefer that in general on TV series,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is because it's so limited. I think people are able to organize it a little bit better, and it does seem more substantive rather than some TV shows that just seem to like eventually feel like it's just dragging on because they have to.
Yeah. Perhaps like the soap operas that have gone on for,
Oh my
I don't know,
gosh.
years, right?
Yeah, and I mean this is kind of a tangent, but yeah, some TV shows you just know when that pivot point happens where it now just
Mm.
becomes redundant. Now you're not even thinking about like the creative plot lines or like putting your heart and soul into something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna plug in a show called Arcane on Netflix. Please watch it. It's so good because every time a new director or a new company comes out with their new first show, it is always the best because they spent that much time thinking about it. Um, and the show definitely is that. And I think, yeah, reflecting on that, we can try to do that with our second season.
Yeah. That sounds really great. I like the analogy with TV series as well.
My life these days.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, following through is something that we can incorporate into our daily goal, a weekly goal, and yearly goal.
Right.
And it really depends on, it depends on how we define our goal is or goals are, and go from there. So it's a good time to do a greater reflection all in all.
Yes.
And that
And
sounds really great.
yeah, and for any of those listening, especially Sujin's friends, hey, if you have any ideas or input or whatever, feel free. We will be in the brainstorming phase during the holiday season and coming back with
Yeah.
new ideas.
Or we can invite people in our life to come show up
Oh yeah.
podcast.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, I mean, not to make our jobs easier, but interviewing podcasts are just easier. I mean, yeah,
More dimension, I guess.
yeah, there's more dimension, and you get to know somebody, and just talk and just chit chat. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, that's actually a good idea. Like maybe not doing like a day or a weekly podcast of just interviews, but like having one of those segments as an interview is actually a thought. Yeah. See, we're already
Awesome.
brainstorming. It's already happening.
This is so great.
Yeah. But yeah, no further ado, yeah, we're gonna end our season 1. It's been great. What a journey, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm hoping to continue this into next season. And yeah, closing thoughts.
Oh, this has been a really valuable experience. We went from just talking about it in passing,
Right.
not so serious about it, to having 15 episodes.
I
I
know.
thought that's pretty incredible.
Hey.
I still enjoy going back to our first episode especially and relive that first time we recorded. That's really nice.
Now we're just pros. We're just pros at this point.
There you
So.
go. Great. Joanne,
Yes.
any last comments?
No, well, I will, yeah, I will wrap this up, and everybody, thank you for listening. It's been a
And
pleasure.
I like what you said earlier. We're always open to new ideas, open to suggestions, any comments everyone has.
Absolutely. So everyone have a good holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we will see you in the next year.
Yes,
Take
eat a lot, but
care.
not too much.
Exactly. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.